evening and welcome to Front Page on AIM Network, India's definitive media organization for everything AI and technology. Front Page is powered by Cypher 2025, India's biggest AI summit and expo. So, if you're all set, let's dive in to the headlines for tonight. Meta is paying US contractors up to $55, that's 4,500 rupees an hour, to design Hindi chatbots for Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. But India's real AI challenge goes far beyond translation, demanding cultural fluency, trust, and adaptability across 22 plus languages and countless dialects. At a White House dinner turned Power Summit, Tim Cook, Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman, and others pledged over $2 trillion in US AI and chip investments, underscoring how survival in the AI race now runs through Washington's grid and policies. Apple's September 9th launch will headline the ultra-thin iPhone 17 Air, redesigned Pro models, AirPods Pro 3 with live translation, and new watches. But the real story is strategic. For the first time ever, all iPhone 17 models, including the Pro, are being manufactured in India from day one, backed by fresh Apple stores in Bengaluru and Pune, cementing India as both Apple's core supply hub and fastest growing consumer market. At Intern Appalooza 2025, AngelList founder Naval Ravikant unveiled his new venture, Impossible Computer, a less than 20% San Francisco startup where he expects employees to be 24/7 working or thinking about work, pays double salaries with heavy equity, fires faster, rejects open offices in favor of private rooms, and insists everyone be a barrel, a contrarian model betting on tiny, all-in teams to deliver outsized impact. Our first story tonight. Meta, the creator of WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, is paying $55, 4,500 rupees an hour, not in India, but in the US, to design Hindi-speaking AI chatbots. Sounds impressive, right? But there's the twist. Language is the easiest part because in India, AI has to survive the ultimate stress test. 22 official languages, 19,000 dialects, countless cultural cues, and 1 billion people who don't all speak the same way, trust tech the same way, or even joke the same way. Today, we are asking, can Meta's Hindi chatbot actually work in India, or is this just the beginning of a much bigger challenge? And it's actually not just Silicon Valley. Even Russia is pushing Hindi in its universities, with Deputy Minister Konstantin Mogilevsky saying, "We want more of our students to study Hindi," end quote. Language is now a tool of both technology and diplomacy. Meta's move is smart. Hindi is the most widely spoken language in India, giving instant scale. But in India is not a one language fits all market. Here's why. Code switching is real. People mix Hindi plus English plus regional dialects in the same sentence. Regional quirks matter. The way someone in Lucknow greets a chatbot, something like this, जनाब, GPT, पहले आप बताइए, फिर मैं, is totally different from someone in Bengaluru. Macha, one small doubt, explain Madi. Apart from this, trust gaps. Many users are still skeptical of AI assistants, especially when sharing personal data. The translation to that, well, alone won't solve these. What AI needs is cultural fluency and ability to mirror the tone, humor, and trust signals of each community. Meta's Hindi chatbot project shows ambition, but ambition won't be enough because in India, building AI isn't just about translation, it's actually about transformation. AI here has to learn slang, respect values, earn trust, and maybe even crack a Bollywood joke or two. And if Meta gets this right, India won't just be another market. It will actually become the blueprint for how AI scales across the world. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Well, the rain ruined the Rose Garden photo opportunity. So Trump brought big tech indoors. I guess when the lawns flood, lobbies shine. And what happened inside the White House that night looked less like a dinner and more like a power audit. Tim Cook, Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman, Bill Gates, Arvind Krishna, Safra Katz, Sergey Brin, Greg Brockman, Alexander Wang, Sanjay Mehrotra, Vivek Ranadev, Sham Sankar, David Limp, Jared Isaacman, Susie Wiles, his chief of staff. Well, the most brilliant people, that was what Trump calls them. And one by one, they stand. They look at the president and they say the same words. Thank you, Mr. President. Cook pledges $600 billion. Pichai promises $250 billion. Nadella, $80 billion every year. Zuckerberg, $600 billion.
Sorry, I wasn't ready to do a for announcement. He said I wasn't sure what number you wanted to go in. Well, he said. Sorry, I wasn't ready to do a for announcement. He said I wasn't sure what number you wanted to go in. Well.
Meanwhile, Sam Altman, he doesn't announce a number, but he delivers the viral line. And here it is. Thank you for being such a pro-business, pro-innovation president. Looks like flattery, but it's actually survival. We all have experienced this. Trump doesn't waste time, whether it is regarding tariffs or naming the AI choke point, which is, of course, electricity. Data centers are starving for power. States are dragging on permits. So Trump tells the big tech dinner guests, I'm making it easy for you, getting you electric capacity, getting you permits. The applause says it all. Big tech isn't just chasing GPUs, they are chasing megawatts. In other words, this wasn't about friendship, it was about access. Access to the grid, access to tariffs and subsidies, access to the White House, oxygen that fuels trillion-dollar valuations. And the dialogue goes deeper. Trump turns to Sundar Pichai, and this is what he says. You had a very good day yesterday, an acknowledgement of the antitrust ruling that spared Google from breakup. No Chrome sell-off, no Android spin-off, no end to the $20 billion Apple deal. Why? Because the judge said AI had already rewritten the rules of competition. The irony, the very tool built to dethrone Google, OpenAI's ChatGPT, became the shield that saved it. He also teases Zuckerberg by saying this is the beginning of your political career. Zuck laughs it off. but the cameras catch the moment. Sam Altman thanks Trump directly for making America pro business. Tim Cook frames Apple's $600 billion investment as proof of US leadership in AI and manufacturing. Earlier that day, many of these same executives, Altman, Pichai, Krishna, sat with Melania Trump at the AI Education Task Force Roundtable, announcing new AI training commitments from Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Google, and OpenAI. So basically, education by day, power dinner by night. But not everyone showed up. Elon Musk, absent after a messy public fallout with Trump's big, beautiful bill. He said he was invited, even hinted he'd send a representative, but the White House quietly confirmed he wasn't on the list. Musk's no show looked like defiance, a way to avoid lining up and saying, "Thank you, Mr. President." Jensen Huang, the man who controls the world's AI chips, skipped too. But his absence was very different. It actually talked about confidence. He prefers one on one lobbying, and he'd already secured the green light to keep selling NVIDIA GPUs into China. Huang doesn't need the stage, he already has the leverage. Together, their absence sent a signal. Not every power player needs to play the loyalty game. But for everyone else in that room, the message was crystal clear. Survival depends on proximity to DC. But if you step back a little to look at the bigger picture, you will see machine forming. Apple is testing Google's Gemini inside Siri. Meta just signed a $10 billion Google Cloud contract. OpenAI, bankrolled by Microsoft, is training on Google servers. Microsoft is literally wiring Google's agent to agent protocol into Azure AI. Amazon, you ask? Well, it's selling OpenAI's new open-weight GPT OSS models through Bedrock and SageMaker with 128K context and tool use. These are not rivalries anymore. They're actually supply chains. And that's why every CEO queued up at that dinner. They don't need Trump's friendship, they need his permits. We will not be surprised if some interesting new partnerships come out of this meeting in the coming months. And the scale, well, is insane. Google is building a nuclear reactor in Tennessee, 50 megawatts by 2030, just to power its AI data centers. Meta is spending more on GPUs than most countries spend on defense. And Microsoft, it's betting that agent interoperability will be the new internet protocol. The AI race isn't just trillion-dollar companies fighting each other anymore. It's trillion-dollar companies feeding each other. So here's the takeaway. Big tech isn't converging because they want to. They are converging because they have to. Electricity is the new GPU. Washington is the new cloud provider. And the White House dinner just made it official. Co-opetition is the new strategy. Apple runs on Google, and Google needs Apple. Meta runs on Google. OpenAI runs on Google while tied to Microsoft. Microsoft integrates Google. Amazon sells OpenAI. And everyone, well, bows to DC for power. The rivals are still rivals, but their survival depends on each other. Trump got the praise, big tech got the grade, and the world just saw the future of AI. A heat map Apple logo, liquid glass visuals, and a tagline which said, "awe dropping." The translation? This year is about design plus thermals plus reliability with one audacious new form factor front and center. On September 9th, Apple is set to unveil 4 iPhones, including a super thin iPhone 17 Air, AirPods Pro 3 with real time translation, and iterative but useful watch updates. Fewer moonshots, more things that just, well, work better under load. Apple is likely to swap the Plus for an ultra thin 5.5 class Air, which is 6.6 inches, 120 Hz OLED, A19 family silicon, single 48 megapixel rear in a pill bump, and eSIM only build that prioritizes thermal efficiency that can be read as, well, this: less throttling in bright sun, better sustained shooting/gaming. Also, expect a signature light blue finish. It's a design statement first, iconic, likely, niche. Let's now bring our attention to Pro and Pro Max. This could be Apple's first meaningful Pro redesign since 2020. A wide camera shelf, aluminum backslash frame for better heat dissipation, bigger batteries, A19 Pro, and the camera stack goes all 48 megapixel, including a sharper telephoto with higher optical zoom. Experts predict that new Pro colors include orange/copper and dark blue. As far as the practical win, more stable brightness and fewer overheating cutoffs during long 4K shoots. The base iPhone 17, well, no radical look, but a bump to 6.3 inches and promotion, promotion at last. This alone will drive mainstream upgrades that skip 16. Next up is AirPods Pro 3, where we can expect a slimmer case with capacitive pairing area, a new chip for better ANC, in-ear heart rate trickle down from Beats, and the killer software trick: live translate for in-person conversations, tied into Apple Intelligence on iOS 26. If latency plus mic pickup are tight, this becomes a travel essential. Then we have Ultra 3, larger, brighter LTPO display with thinner bezels, S11 class silicon, satellite SOS texting, and 5G red cap aimed squarely at endurance, outdoor use. Hello, Garmin. Series 11, brighter screen, color band, the band refresh, incremental internals. On the SC front, well, it moves towards the Series 7 look with bigger displays. Hypertension features, if they appear, will be trend alerts, not clinical readings. The invite's heat map vibe isn't random. Apple's quietly optimizing for sustained performance. Aluminum on Pros, vapor chamber chatter, larger batteries, so creators/gamers get longer bright screen shooting, fewer thermal dimming events, and room for heavier liquid animations without stutter. It's a year of fit and finish wins. You'll feel daily, not a scattershot of half baked AI promises. Meanwhile, expect AI talk in passing, but don't bank on the full Siri reboot on keynote day. Apple's bigger move, well, that's world knowledge answers, a Siri integrated answer engine with multimodal web lookups is slated for a later iOS 26.x wave. Apple is even testing Google's Gemini for summarization while keeping on device private bits in-house. Time for hardware leads now. Well, Assistant Smarts follow. For the first time, Apple is set to build all four iPhone 17 models in India from day one, including the Pro/Pro Max, anchored by Tata's Hosur and Foxconn's Bengaluru hub. April to July, exports hit $7.5 billion, signaling India's rise from late cycle assembler to tier 1 production node. This also buffers US supply against tariff shocks. Apple plans to fulfill a large share of US demand from India, and the retail flywheel just spun faster. After Mumbai, BKC, and Delhi, Saket, Apple opened Apple Hebbal, Bengaluru. That was on the 2nd of September. And Apple Koregaon Park, which opened in Pune on the 4th of September, within days. Multilingual staff, Apple Pickup. Today, at Apple sessions, including Apple Intelligence intros and dedicated business teams for startups/small and medium businesses, Bengaluru plants Apple in India's development capital. Pune taps a high-income student dense corridor. The creators slash mobile videographers, gamers, Go 17 Pro, Pro Max for thermals, bigger batteries, and the 48 megapixel telephoto jump. Design led buyers slash light users. Well, that's the 17 Air, is the feel phone, stunningly thin, lightly lighter, accept the trade offs. Everyone else on 13 and 14, the base 17 with Pro Motion is finally worth it. Pricing chatter points to about 89,900 rupees starting in India. Air is, well, Air in $899 to $949 band. Pro Max near about $1,099 slash about $1,199. Well, the local INR varies because trade-ins will matter. Stay tuned for more awe-dropping updates exclusively on AIM network. So basically, Apple's awe-dropping isn't about saying AI the loudest. It's actually about phones that run hotter tasks cooler, earbuds that translate life in real time, and a launch built in India, sold to the world. We are rolling straight into hands on the moment the stream ends. Naval Ravikant just took the wraps of his stealth venture, Impossible Computer Company, and the culture hits like a hammer. A sub 20-person San Francisco team, almost entirely in person, where he expects everyone, and here's what he's expecting, 24/7, either working or thinking about work. He says he pays twice as much but demands 10 times the input, gives private offices to every employee, and hires only, again, artists and engineers, end quote, with extreme taste and autonomy. Here's how Naval runs it. The roster is tiny, curated from decades long collaborators and standout builders he and his co founder found in weird corners of the internet. The bar is obsessive but symmetrical. What he has to say is this: I don't ask others to do anything I wouldn't do. So, the expectation to be mentally on the problem is the same for him as for everyone else. Fair enough. Well, he hires painfully slowly, resists adding headcount, and fires faster than at his past companies because small teams can't afford passengers. Comp fits the philosophy: heavy equity, top quartile salary, and a clear demand for decisive end-to-end craftsmanship. Titles don't gate authority here. Naval rejects the bullets versus barrels split. Everyone, according to him, is a barrel, choosing direction and shipping. That's why a 19-year-old boy who is a brilliant talent is treated as a true peer. And his 23-year-old co founder holds equal stock and authority. The environment mirrors the work. No open office. He calls bench style floors inhuman and gives equivalently nice private rooms to everyone, trading performative hustle for deep focus and measurable output. The moment you see it from the macro view, it clicks. This is Naval operationalizing his long running thesis that leverage beats headcount. In a world where code, AI, and supply chains multiply effort, a handful of polymaths can outship a campus of commuters. If you protect taste, agency, and quiet, he prizes artists and engineers who learn anything fast and edit ruthlessly. So basically, in an era saturated with average, judgment is the moat. Age and scar tissue, let him be fully idiosyncratic. Now, owner mindset contracts, deeply quiet spaces, radical peerage, all to bias the organization towards decisive creation over theater. The sound bites land really hard, and here they are: 24 by 7 working or thinking about work. Pay 2 times, expect 10 times. Private offices for all. A teenager as a peer, a 23-year-old as co founder with equal stock. Everyone a barrel. No corporate varnish, just a craft shop for people who live on output and not optics. So the question is, what does this mean in practice? If you want role clarity and guardrails, this isn't your stop. If you want authorship, equity, and a ridiculous learning curve, this is the big leagues, where compensation tracks contribution and focus compounds. For founders, well, it's a blueprint. Overpay for polymaths, give them quiet plus ownership plus responsibility. Prune process and let leverage do the scaling. For observers, expect the product to mirror the org, tight, opinionated, and hard to copy without the same culture. The only open question is execution stamina. Can a team this intense sustain velocity without talent attrition? If yes, the output could be as advertised, and that is impossible. Naval isn't optimizing for headcount or headlines. He's optimizing output per person or nothing. The culture is the bet. The product will be the proof. We want to know, what do you think? If you are Naval's ideal candidate who already work 24 by 7 or think about work, please let us know in the comments below. Well, that's a wrap on Front Page tonight. We wish you a wonderful evening ahead, and please don't go anywhere, because after these short messages, we will be back with Debunked, where we have two tech giants go head to head, and you decide if our scorecards post the battle are bang on. AIM Network, India's definitive organization on everything AI and technology, brings you Front Page, which is powered by Cypher 2025, India's biggest AI summit and expo, which kicks off on the 17th of September right through till the 19th of September. Be there and watch the AI magic unveil. For now, when you think AI, think AIM.
We are AIM Media House. Born in Nama, Bengaluru. Built for the world. We make tech make sense. We tell stories that matter. This is the era of AI, and we are the ones telling its story. Think AI, think AIM.
And I have seen this place grow from strength to strength.
Speakers, the sessions, and the vibe around that.
Love the vibe. Love to see how big it has gotten over the years.
The largest AI conference in India.
Cypher has definitely attained a cult status.
Artificial intelligence.
AI.
Coexisting.
We are AIM Media House. Born in Nama, Bengaluru. Built for the world. We make tech make sense. We tell stories that matter. This is the era of AI, and we are the ones telling its story. Think AI, think AIM.
नमस्कार, आप लोगों का डिबंक में स्वागत है। मेरा नाम है सुधी और मेरे साथ हैं अभिषेक कुमार, जो कद में बहुत लंबे हैं और उससे ज़्यादा स्टेचर में। आज हम मैं जज्बाती हो गया।
No problem.
Welcome to the show, Abhishek.
Thank you.
We, of course, are going ahead, and as promised, we have a battle of two tech giants, tech giants, who are, of course, have been put together head to head by Abhishek. We are talking about, can I unveil the names?
Sure.
We are talking about Google and Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
And you have curated like a clear test
Yep.
on various parameters, which you are going to be going ahead and scoring.
Yeah.
So now over to you, Abhishek, because I'm all excited to see how this battle goes.
Thank you so much, Sudhi, for the opportunity. Now, as you were talking about in the front page also, that their relationships are so intertwined
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
And it is getting complicated day by day. So just to unwind it a bit, we will do an attempt. And I have described some parameters here,
Sure.
like core AI capability, multimodal model. We will go through it one by one.
Sure.
Right? For each of these parameters, suppose we have 10 stars. We can give Google, say, out of 10, 4 stars.
For example, right.
Yeah, then for Microsoft, it will be 6 stars. So we have to divide those 10 stars between these two. And finally, in the total,
You'll
we
have the
sum.
total.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Then we will see that out of 100 stars, who is getting more, who
Sure.
is getting more than 50, who is getting less than 50.
Sure.
Right? So first start with core AI capability. So
Yes.
let me just explain why I have kept it as a separate parameter. Right? So the thing is that there are few models from Microsoft like PHI-5 model, TURING Turing model, which many people have not heard about.
Right.
Many people have not heard about. That is very right, because those were not very popular models.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
Then in 2019, Microsoft thought that they should partner with OpenAI.
Yep.
Right? And then their partnership is growing till date.
Yeah.
So much so that many of the models have integrated very well with their cloud platforms, be it Azure AI or some
Sure.
other platforms.
Sure.
Right? So for some practical purposes, we can assume that OpenAI models belong to Microsoft, and Google, they have their own. Right?
Yes.
They have, as you had also mentioned many times, that they have their own TPU,
Yes.
right? Tensor processing units.
Yes.
And they build models from scratch.
Right.
And since they are doing it from scratch, they always have an advantage and upper hand over Microsoft. Yeah, because Microsoft doesn't have proprietary right over
Right, okay.
OpenAI's
Fair
models, right? So
Clear
that's why,
distinction
yeah,
there.
that's why this is the very opening parameter that I have kept, so that the audience should be very clear that where they stand in building the models from scratch.
Is that also the reason, Abhishek, and correct me if I'm wrong, the fact that Google has been rolling out a lot of models non-stop,
Yeah,
like there was no tomorrow.
yeah,
On the other hand, we have not seen that kind of inauguration of different models into the market or introduction of those models by Microsoft.
yeah, that is true to some extent, because Microsoft's more focus is on getting those OpenAI models and integrating it better with their existing ecosystem,
Okay.
rather than building the models from the
From
scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I would like to give more stars to Google,
Fair? Okay.
right? So let's give it 6. And then Microsoft, let it be 4, right?
Sure.
Now coming to
not-
next
Multimodal
multimodal
model.
So do you have any idea what is multimodal?
I would love for you to explain to the viewers.
Okay, so the thing is that you might have heard of many models like text-to-text model,
Yes.
text-to-image model, right? Then text-to-speech models are
Sure,
also there.
sure.
So basically, underlying model is the same, but they are fine-tuned for different
The different
outputs.
nuances. Correct.
Yeah. So those models which can be fine-tuned to serve different purposes, we generally call them multimodal models.
Right.
So to compare between Google and Microsoft, we will consider their flagship models, right? So for Google, the flagship model right now is Gemini 2.5 Pro.
For everyone who's listening, we definitely at Debunked believe in really drilling down.
Yeah. So for Google, it's Gemini 2.5 Pro, and for Microsoft, it's GPT-5.
Sure.
Right? Because those are the latest models and we know about their capabilities. Now, I would like to tell you that though once you test it, you will find a few differences here and there, but largely the performance is kind of similar. Yeah, but there is one very major point of difference, which is not subjective, which is very objective, and that is the context window. So the context window for Gemini model is 10 lakh, and that for Microsoft is 4 lakh tokens. Tokens I'm talking about, right? So Google has a clear advantage over Microsoft in this respect.
Yes. You think that was sponsored by Microsoft because they're losing right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So the thing is, now, where does this context help?
Right.
That also I would like the viewers to understand. So when you are writing simpler prompts like what is the capital of India and things like that,
What
then
is
of course, then
Actually, you know what, Abhishek, sorry. We'll need to take a break because this is very important for the viewers to listen to these men.
yeah,
Very important.
yeah. So the thing is that
That is our cue to give a break.
okay, you want to.
We are AIM Media House. Born in Nama, Bengaluru. Built for the world. We make tech make sense. We tell stories that matter. This is the era of AI, and we are the ones telling its story. Think AI, think AIM.
And I have seen this place grow from strength to strength.
Speakers, the sessions, and the vibe around that.
Love the vibe. Love to see how big it has gotten over the years.
The largest AI conference in India.
Cypher has definitely attained a cult status.
Artificial intelligence.
Welcome back to Debunked. Yes, and as Abhishek and I were talking prior to the break, we of course are getting into the contest between Google and Microsoft. We were both talking about why is it that Google is leading the race in terms of all of the launches. Abhishek had mentioned that Microsoft depends a lot on OpenAI, but according to a latest update, Abhishek, as you and I were checking in the break, there have been certain launches which have taken place purely solely by Microsoft. You want to shed light on that?
Yeah, so just last week, Microsoft launched AMP AI 1 model, but still it is in preview state.
Okay.
So it has not given out for the public to test it out.
Sure.
So unless it comes, we won't be able to comment much on that. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's.
But
wait
I'm
for
sure
that.
he will be. So, but no, the point that I'm trying to make is that with that happening, for example,
Yeah.
does that also have to do with the fact that maybe Microsoft is now wanting to get into that race of not maybe receiving this sort of an
Yeah.
image that they're not independent and so on and so forth?
Yeah, of course, it is trying its best. Let's see where it goes. And of course, we have many parameters. It will come again and again. We will test
This
it on,
aspect, Wes. Come in.
Yes. So coming to multimodal models.
Yeah,
so,
you had mentioned.
Yeah, so I had mentioned that I was talking about that why it is very important to understand that larger context length is better. I said that 10 lakh token is the limit for
And 4 lakhs for Microsoft.
4 lakh for Microsoft. So once I was saying that if you are giving a simple prompt like what is the capital of India, then it doesn't matter. The
Hardly
context
matters, true.
right? But if I am into actual business, right? Suppose I have to fetch some information from say Zira account from where I have to take the context of what is the ticket that is being raised. Suppose the requirement is that I have to build a platform for payment gateway or something like that. For that, I will have to download certain files and folders from GitHub.
True.
Right. Similarly, I will have to also read through the company's policies, the payment policies, and all those things. Right. Now the context length will keep on increasing and increasing. And as it crosses 4 lakh, we won't be able to use this Microsoft's one, which is GPT-5. But we will still be able to use the Gemini. Because its context length is better. So that's why
again,
we will have
you would
to
score it better there?
Yeah. So we will have to score it a bit better.
Bit better, not so much.
Not so much. Again, I think 6.4 would be fair.
But tell me this, Abhishek, in terms of, for example, the way the upgrades have taken place in ChatGPT, how would you compare it with, let's say, Gemini, the recent update of Chat?
Yeah, so that's
I mean,
why
we were only talking about tokens, but if you take a holistic view, how would you rate it?
Yeah, so in the opening statement itself, I made it clear that in most of the parameters, they are very equivalent. If we compare GPT-5 and Gemini 2.5 Pro, right? So the only thing where it is very objective is the token context.
Oh, okay,
right?
fair enough.
So let's put it
again a 6.4.
4 here. Then comes the text-to-speech model.
Right.
Now again, with Google, if we say there is Chirp 3, which is the latest one. And for Microsoft, it's 4.0 model.
Yes.
4.0, they call it TTS. 4.0 mini TTS HD to be more precise. That is the latest model's name.
The nomenclature, yes.
Yeah. But the thing is that Google's Chirp 3 has an advantage because it is more realistic. Though both of them don't match with 11 Labs that we had tested.
Yes, we had tested that, yes.
Yeah. But still, if
so
we have to,
far ahead in terms of the race.
But if we have to compare between these two, then Chirp 3 has an edge. And also, Chirp 3 has achieved one thing, that is live vocal dubbing.
Nice.
For example, whatever I am speaking, I can dub it live in your voice.
Nice, very nice.
But the thing is that it's not unveiled for the public
as yet
openly, and that has a security reasons.
So,
because you already know in India so much fraud happens.
Oh, for sure. I agree.
Yeah.
And voice recognition and so on and so forth.
Not only in India, I think everywhere.
Everywhere.
So these kind of frauds are there. Digital arrest kind of thing is there.
Absolutely.
And if they get access to such tools, then what havoc they will bring in.
It's very
scary
to think about that.
Yeah. So here also Google has a clear
slight edge.
Yeah.
So Google is chirping ahead.
So again, I would say 6.4.
Okay. Image generation, yes.
Image generation.
Nano banana.
Nano banana. So if we compare Nano banana with either GPT Image 1 or DALL-E 3, so Nano banana, nobody can disapprove.
Hands down.
Is that Nano banana is 6 times faster.
Bananas down, hands down.
And apart from being 6 times faster, there is one more difference in which Microsoft leads, and that is whenever texts are involved within the image, right? So
that goes wonky.
Yeah. So Nano banana is not able to handle that well.
The text aspect.
Yeah, but DALL-E 3 or Image 1 still handles it.
Still have
a bit better.
Yes. So but from the contextual point of view, Nano banana, as we had tested it as well.
Yeah, speed wise it is really nice, right? And more realistic.
So
Nano banana's images are more realistic.
Sundar Pichai's dog looked awesome.
Yeah, so context awareness, carrying the context throughout, in that also it leads.
Yes.
Yeah. But Microsoft has a little advantage. It's not that Nano banana is not able to do that, but it does a bit better.
Fair enough.
So still, I think Google will win. Let it be 6.4.
When did you last grade papers? I just wanted to know.
Long time back.
Clearly.
Okay, I don't want to be very harsh with Microsoft
No, no.
because they are also doing very good.
So
So just a difference of one.
they, of course, needed that little bit of pat on the back from.
Now, cloud platform.
Sure.
So cloud platform and AI platforms, we will take it one by one. They are very much related. So Google Cloud Platform was launched back in 2008.
Yes.
Right? And then just after 2 years in 2010,
10.
Azure was launched from Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Google has the advantage that it launched before Microsoft, the cloud platform, but still Microsoft is a leader. Why? Because in operating systems, Microsoft is having kind of monopoly.
Yeah.
Right? Windows, we
Yep,
all know.
yep.
Right? So that's why it had an edge. And that's why I would like to give Microsoft, of course,
A
better
better
scores.
score on this.
Also, there is one more point. If you see the market share, around 25% goes with Azure, and just around 12-13% goes with GCP, Google Cloud.
Yep.
So the difference is very
It's
clear.
very stark and clear.
And of course, AWS is 35%, which is more than both of these.
Right,
but
right.
still, we are comparing
But
these two.
only these two, right?
Yeah.
But
So here I would like to give it 7 because it has a clear advantage
as against
GCP. Though GCP also provides some unique services like containerization with Kubernetes and all, but still it has
lags
not been able to
in
beat
terms of
Azure. Yeah.
Right.
So let it be 7-3. Now coming to AI platforms, I said that this is very much related to cloud platform. So
Sure.
on the existing cloud platform itself, they have given new services to integrate their AI models and all, right? So here we have Azure AI, here we have Vertex AI, Google's Vertex AI. And here also the same trend continues. The market share is almost similar. Right?
Sorry, but just for your knowledge, Debunked is not sponsored by Drill Bits as yet. Carry on.
Yeah. So in AI platforms also, it has clear advantage. Microsoft has clear advantage, and that advantage has been carried forward from here itself, right? Since in cloud platform they had an edge. So here also it will be 7-3 kind of thing only. Then comes the data analysis part. So in data analytics, Microsoft has a very wonderful software which is called Power BI, right? BI for business intelligence. It came in 2015, and I will show you something. If you can see Gartner's Magic Quadrant for 2025 for analytics tool, here you can see Microsoft sits here, which is at the top. And then next comes the Tableau from Salesforce, and then third place is Google, right? So it's a very trusted quadrant, so we can also trust that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And just like Power BI, Google's service name back then was Data Studio, and now it is called Looker Studio. But not many people have heard of that because it's not that popular.
Yeah, true.
Because of Power BI and Tableau.
Okay.
Right. So again, Microsoft has a clear advantage. Thumping victory. So again, it will be 7. Right. Now comes this mobile device.
Sure.
Now you'd ask that if we are discussing about AI and all, then why to include mobile devices here?
Yeah.
So the thing is that Google, of course, has kind of monopoly, like 70% of mobiles are Android.
Right.
And Microsoft, it is 0.
Right.
Microsoft had tried once.
Tried, yes.
Yeah. In 2008, Android came. And in 2010, Microsoft launched their, if you remember, Nokia Lumia phone and all. Yeah. So they tried
and
it, but
so well
at that time. But there was one problem with them. Like by the time they released in 2010, things like YouTube, Google Maps were already popular, but they were not able to
integrate that.
They were very reluctant in integrating that. Right. Secondly, they launched their own, say, Bing Map, but Bing Map did not work. Yeah, so Google Maps outperformed it. So there were so many
various factors.
Yeah, but why we are discussing mobile device here? So I remember that on Friday, you only broke this news about embedding Gima. Yes, by Google.
Yes.
So, and the USP of that embedding model was that it requires so less memory.
And I'd mentioned, that don't be fooled by the size, because this does a lot of heavy lift and heavy hitting.
Exactly. So just I remember that.
Yeah.
So just with 200 MB of RAM, it is able to operate. So their motive is very clear that they want to make it for mobile devices
Sure.
or IoT devices,
Sure.
right? So because they have 70% market, so they can test it, they can deploy it, they can do better penetration. So they have even for AI products, they have better leverage there.
Got
they
it.
can penetrate more, and more than 60% of the web traffic is through mobile these days,
Sure.
and it is going to increase,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
So that's why they have clear advantage.
Obviously.
Here. So here I would
this
like
time,
to
of course, Google gets
Yeah.
a resounding victory.
resounding 7 is fine, or you want
Yeah,
more?
I don't know. I mean, given the fact, I think they should get an 8.
Okay, I'll go by your gut feeling.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Then comes desktop and utility. In desktop and utility, Microsoft is a clear winner.
Winner, correct.
Right? Here, because they launched it long back, Windows 1 came in 1995.
So they have a legacy, obviously.
Yeah.
Understood.
Then Google tried it with Chromebook and all, Chrome OS, Chromebook
Yeah,
in 2011, but it was not successful.
So
Right? So in desktop field, Microsoft is a
far
clear
ahead,
winner.
clear
winner.
leader.
So
Let's rate them.
thumping victory with 8 or so.
8 easy.
8 easy, right? But still, one more point in 1 minute I would like to add
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
The thing is that though Chrome OS failed miserably, but still it served one purpose. With Chrome OS, they also launched Google Workspace and all, right? Getting inspired from that, Microsoft also launched their Office 365 back then, which later became Microsoft
Yes.
365.
Yes.
So basically, they were not successful. Google was not successful, yet they were able to inspire Microsoft to enter into that web space. And still, if you consider the utility part, then Google is more favored. Like if you get a meeting invite from Microsoft Teams, you will say,
Yeah, true. That's true.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah. Now coming to our last part,
The browser.
the browser. In
I mean,
browser,
do we really need to discuss this also? I mean, it's clear, right?
clear, yeah. Chrome is the clear winner. Just give me 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
I will explain.
No, I was just assisting you because I was saving your breath and energy.
Yeah, thanks for that. So the thing is that, of course, more than 60% goes through Chrome, and Microsoft Edge less than 13-15%.
Sure.
It is there.
Sure.
This was launched in Microsoft tried in 1995 with their Internet Explorer, but that was a terrible product.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and once Google
I love
launched,
your honesty, I must say, Abhishek. Anyway, carry on.
once Google launched their Chrome, then the image of that Explorer was tarnished. Completely tarnished. That's why they changed its name also to Edge to come up with a fresh name and all.
Yeah.
But still,
But
it
by
is
that
far
time,
behind.
it had just sped ahead.
Yeah, it's far behind. So again, it has an edge. I would
9,
like to
I
give
would say.
9. Okay, 9. And Microsoft is 1. So,
Ta-da!
so here are the scores.
Clearly, Google wins.
Google wins, but just a little margin, like
No,
one.
but that's still fairly decent given the fact that
Fairly
the amount of
decent.
competition that there is.
Yeah.
And like you had rightly mentioned, that it's, everyone is kind of intermingling now. Everyone is not competing only against each other. All of those factors are taking place.
Yeah.
So given all of that, and given the fact that Google has been, one thing definitely one has to credit Google with, Abhishek, is the fact that they have been working tirelessly.
Yeah.
They have been churning out tools, they've been churning out updates, they've just been constantly at it.
Yeah. And this result can flip any day. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
as we discussed, that Microsoft has started launching its own
Which
models,
is a
homemade
positive
models,
thing, yes.
Right? Like MAI 1 and all.
Sure.
So once it is open for testing, maybe it turns out to be better than who knows,
Sure.
Gemini 2.5 Pro. And once that happens, then it will gain marks here also and here also, and
Yeah.
this score will be
Suddenly
reversed.
flips. yeah.
Suddenly flip. So anything can happen. Things are moving very fast. So let's keep the
Let's
track.
hope, and it's exciting times. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to a wrap on Debunked. We would please definitely like to know, as we had mentioned earlier as well, given our scorecards, if we were right, if we were bang on in our understanding and analysis, we'd love to know from you. Also, from the point of view of the fact that your user experience on both these platforms. So, we would really like for you to go ahead, chime in, and keep encouraging us on Debunked. And please also do let us know what is the next debunk that might get you excited for both Abhishek and I to go ahead and run down on our sets here, because you know why. It's very simple. It is only about the real tech. The rest of the news and maybe all of the so-called theories and conspiracy or otherwise, they're all slam dunked. Well, till we meet again, this is both Abhishek and I bidding you a wonderful evening, and of course, onwards and upward.